My writing was really inspired by my parents, just for discussions of Hazleton growing up, and my father, who was and remains my editor, cultivated the craft, and it really started in middle school. So I grew up in Hershey, but Hazleton I had always considered my second home. My grandmother lived on the city's south side, which was the Irish Catholic neighborhood in the city. We would spend so much time there growing up, and I just fell in love with the area, its history, its culture. I just felt in tune with it. And I began working on revitalization efforts that were a direct consequence of my time at LVC. As a history major, my advisor was Dr. John Hinshaw, and I had a number of courses with him. We just clicked from the start. I always looked forward to his classes and working with him. So I had proposed an independent study that would focus on the demographic, economic, and cultural changes that were unfolding in Hazleton during the 2000s that continue today. And he approved that study, and I began a few semesters just developing essentially an undergraduate thesis that explored the history of Hazleton and its present challenges. That study itself inspired my continued interest in Hazleton, where I joined the Historical Society there, became its vice president, began running for the Hazleton Standard-Speaker, and spearheaded downtown revitalization efforts, and began the process to establish a historic district in one of its residential neighborhoods. So that ultimately led to getting hired by CAN-DO, Greater Hazleton CAN-DO, which is the Hazleton area's economic development corporation that was established in the mid-1950s after the anthracite coal mines collapsed. The city was facing the prospect of widespread unemployment, and CAN-DO filled the void by recruiting employers into the region. And its mission continues today to create and retain jobs in the greater Hazleton area. So I joined that effort as the economic development specialist there, and continued my work in Hazleton on boards and in my writing to raise awareness of what was going on in the city. So I was introduced to the Manhattan Institute through a mutual friend who worked in the think tank realm, who was writing a book about Hazleton where I was working. And I met with the Manhattan Institute team, including members of the City Journal staff, where I pitched some ideas to write for City Journal, a magazine that I actually have been reading since I was in high school. In many ways, it shaped my worldview. I had always admired the work in that magazine. And ultimately, I began writing for City Journal, and this opportunity arose, and I accepted it, and it's been a dream fulfilled. I look forward as an active alum to maintaining a lifelong commitment to helping students who graduate from LVC and maintaining involved with the college. It's of all the schools I attended, it's just the best, and I'm very proud to be a graduate of LVC.